Okay, 1782. Good luck. Is my audio okay there? Just sounded a little bit quiet, but my hearing's not very good. Okay. Our opponent's played how many? 2,500 games. What do I want to do? Let's go G3. Just in the spirit of the Reti opening. Okay, let's challenge for the centre now. And then try and get the knight into place somewhere. Here at least I guard the knight if it gets pinned. Okay, knight up, so I will go here anyhow. You might be looking to play f5 at some point. Your knight forward. I'm going to jump across and hit the bishop then. If you come down, I've got f3, I think. Oh, he does take. Okay. So take. That's no good. I've just got to take back. But going down, I can do h3. Plays knight in. I guess I just simply come back to where I was. Still hit that bishop. Now you can't go here. Back, or just leave it where it is. I mean, knight takes, pawn takes. It doesn't really look like too much, but it is trading the knight for the bishop, so it's an option we've got. So I'm going to try and gain a little bit of space here, and then maybe take next move. Okay. Is f4 move here, I'm wondering. Threatening f5 at some point. It's very bold, isn't it? Takes, pawn takes. Let's get rid of the bishop. Now take. I'm wondering whether to take here as well. Give him an isolated pawn. It seems nice to me because he doesn't have the light squared bishop. The pawn up might allow a sacrifice. What about here? Now what about going here and trying to trade that bishop off? Right now if he sacks, I think I'm okay to take back. So he's got h5, h4, h3. He needs 3 moves to get a pawn right down the board. h5, maybe I've got h4. He's given up the exchange. Okay. Here. I'm going to try and sack a pawn here. Maybe he's just got rook across, so he's just taken straight away. So let's develop the rook. Here, have I got anything? I'm trying to get this pawn. What he's gone for. So here, rook up. I think I can sack and play rook c5 here. That's the target. I'm trying to get the queen off the board. If the queen comes off, I've got the exchange. Although I'm 2 pawns down now, actually, aren't I? If I get 1 pawn back, then I'm just the 1 down. But I hit the bishop and the pawn here. And I'm threatening to take with a queen with a check and get the queen off the board. So I've got an exchange for a bishop and a pawn. Can I get this as well? Can I get this rook into play? I guess the start is to double up and threaten to try and get forward. Obviously not there right now. Here. Makes sense to push the pawn. Okay, now it's guarded. So maybe I want this file to go after this pawn. Something like this. He's come across. So I'm going to try and come here and collect this pawn. That's rather irritating that he's found that, but he has. Let's come back then. I can't really guard this now. I've made a mistake here. He probably should guard this, or he doesn't. But he's got 2 connected pawns here. Although this should win a pawn. And I need king up before he gets his king in. I need to get here at some point. Just so I don't get a risk of a back rank checkmate. When I'm here and he goes here, there is a threat to take here. I'm aware of that. Now I threaten a check. I'd like this as well. Oh, we get it. Okay. Now he's only got 1 pawn there. This does nothing. Oh, have I got check? Have I missed that there? That's annoying as well. Take it while I kind of maybe come back. Okay. I think I'm just going to sack here and collect the bishop and the pawn. I'm 2 pawns up. I just have to get the rook off, and there it is. So this should be a comfortable win now. Let's just come up. I could check as well, I guess, but... So check takes, check down. Let's go this one. Okay, now I can run around. He can't move his pawns, so eventually I'll be able to push. It's a nice checkmate. It was a difficult game, wasn't it? But we got a nice win, so very, very good. Okay, let's put this game through the analyzer like we do with all of the games. So they're the move times for both players. So let's request an analysis. Felt like we played a pretty decent game. We ended the game pretty well, but let's see how we actually played it. Have we messed up anywhere in the opening? Especially, that's what we want to learn from. We certainly played the end of the game pretty decently there. This is where it's changed. Move 18, so it's really level from both of us playing pretty decently out of the opening, right to move 18. Yeah, we played 97% versus 91% accuracy, CPL 13 and 27. There's just one blunder there on move 18. We can see it highlighted there. So we'll have a very quick flick through. And then we've managed to convert it pretty well, but we're just trying to get castle, think of king's safety, then we know what to do. So it's very common setup to go for in the reti opening, to put the bishop on both diagonals, just go for this pawn setup castle, and then just worry about the rest of the game. So it's all fairly routine here. And we're just looking for simple development, common sense moves to try and gain a little bit of space. And then here comes the blunder. So the engine is saying, yeah, just trade the bishop instead of going back and risking the exchange. So it was a risk not worth taking. It gives us a +3 advantage, and we've managed to, we can see the graph here, to maintain it all the way through. It doesn't mean we've made perfect moves all the way through. There could be still blips and blobs, but because the advantage is so big, it's obviously not made too much of a difference on the eval there. So here I'm just developing the rook, then I'm seeing a chance to go after the pawn and get the queen off the board. It minimizes the risk of messing it up. It doesn't mean we can't, but it just minimizes that risk. So here we should have checked immediately and gone for the pawn. I realized here when I played rook to c4, the king can step forward and causes a slight issue there. So a slight inaccuracy, but if that's all I've got in the game, that's not bad at all, is it? Just making sure here I don't want the king coming in too far. Oops. Just in case the rook gets around the back and I blunder a back rank checkmate. So that's what I'm just covering there. And it's just a case of trying to convert without messing up. And I've given up the rook there to get the bishop and the pawn, and suddenly I've got a nice end game. 2 pawns up, they're all connected, so it should be winning barring mishaps, especially when the rook comes off. And now we've got 4 pawns. It's just a case of figuring out how to break through. Eventually the black king has to give way. We can clean up the pawns here. And then again, subject to not blundering it and messing it up playing too quickly, just get the extra queen or queens on the board, and we can deliver a nice checkmate and get ourselves a good win. But it was a decent game at our level 1. It just a 1 move mistake is all it was. Otherwise it was decent play from both of us, so very good.